Yo, 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 what's up? This is John from Judge Innovation Garage in the Peach Capital with a state, baby. Boy, that light right there is bright, ain't it? Does that light bother y'all? What's up, TJ? What's up, T-Bone? What's up, Gary? Carolina Big, Volkswagen Man. I ain't seen you in a while, Volkswagen Man. And Gary. And Gary. So, it's been a wide open morning, boys and girls. Got a lot of stuff done. Somebody asked me the other day, how much water do I drink? I can't remember who asked me that, but I usually drink a case of water in 2 days. And I've always drunk that much water. Like a lot. And in the summertime, I'll drink probably more than that, and salt tablets. But yeah, I'll probably. What's up, my guy? We working on date today. I went to Hobby Lobby. Hold on, let me get this. I went to Hobby Lobby and I found this foam. So I was looking for 1/4-inch foam. So I found this foam. So I ended up getting 2 pieces just because it was. So I got 2 pieces. Oh shit, I already got dirt on that one. And then I picked up some fast tack and upholstery adhesive. I don't know, Carolina. I'll have to look, man. I can't remember where I get them things at. Them salt tablets. We had them in the military, man. We had them a lot in the military. I'll have to look and see. So, with that being said, so we got this package tray, perch. Somebody, yeah, that's what we. That's how we feel about that. So no politics and no religion. No politics or religion. If you come over here with that crap, you're gone. So here's what we had yesterday. So they literally had glued 2 pieces of cardboard together, taped it together right there, and then they glued some foam on there. Well, that foam, I can't save it. And it's so wavy. It's so wavy because of the background. So, with that being said, so this is the new piece. This is the new piece. We made this yesterday, all right? Here's the fabric that was over it. The headliner material, I did save it, so that's good. That's good. They didn't glue, they just glued the edges. So I'm pretty sure we can reuse it. We just have to pull all the daggone staples out of it, because that's the headliner material for up there for the package tray. I got the seats in. I got the back seat belts in. I mean, they just pop right out if you know Impalas. I got the front seats, started mounting them. Got the air ride all hooked up back in there. Here's the purge valve right here. There's a purge valve. So when he needs to purge his tank from air or purge his tank for water, just I got to secure the line. I took the line and went right through that grommet right there. And then the line's up underneath the car. I just have to secure it. Here's the battery cable. I'm going to fix this battery cable and use this as a ground and shorten it and go from here to right there. That's chassis. That's in the chassis, in the frame. And that will be the ground for that. This battery here is just for the air ride. That's it. So the objective right now is we're going to get this covered. And then once that's done, he's ordered the air controllers. They actually had 2 different ones. They had the billet one, but then they had the other one, a knob one. It looks like knobs. I told him to get the one with the knobs. It was a couple $100 cheaper. Plus, it kind of goes with the car, right? And then I'm going to have to build a bracket to hold that air ride controller. And then the 3 knobs. Luckily, on Vintage Air, they had the drawing. So all I got to do is just make the space where their controller will fit in it so it won't hold me up. And then go ahead and make that piece. And also, I told him to order, I give him a link from Amazon, and I said, just look at these. But you don't have to buy these actually ones that I'm telling you. You can get whatever you want to get, but I think you need to get you a couple. And that is phone chargers, phone charger docking stations, and iPads, laptops, all that stuff. So the ones that I found has all 4 different types of connectors in it. And it also has the Q3 connector, which is a different type of connector. And they're little bullets where I could put them in there so they could charge it. Maybe later on I can build him a console, you know, if he wants one, but we can do that later. We're behind the gun, and we need to, my goal is to try to have this thing, well, I got to have it done by the end of the month. By the end of the month. That's the goal. That's the goal. So that's that. Yeah, man, no religion, no politics. If you do religion or politics in here, everybody with the blue wrench, they will send you packing. Other than that, everything's good to go. All right, so with that being said, a lot of people get contact glue wrong. So this is instant tack, flexible bond line, clear, low soak in. So right here it says shake well, hold can 8 to 10 inches from the surface to be sprayed. Keep can moving to achieve even coats of adhesive for permanent bond. Spray both sides and allow adhesive to dry to tack and bond for temporary or temporary bond. Spray one side of the surface. So what we're going to do is we're going to spray this and we're going to spray this. And what I'm going to do is once that tacks off, I went down there into the cargo container and I had this 6x9. I don't even know what it came out of, honestly. But right there, you know, see, it fits. So what we're going to do is we'll do this. We'll set this over to the side. And then we're going to spray this down. We're going to spray this down with tacky cement and then spray this down. It's got 2 different sides. And then we're going to put this on here. And we're going to get enough room where we could lap it over. And we're going to do that. And then we're going to work from the center out and make this thing as flat as possible. Now, probably a 1/4 inch foam is probably good enough, right? But since Hobby Lobby is so far away from me, I went ahead and got 2 pieces just because if we have to, we'll double it up because they didn't have anything any thicker. They did, but it was like that, and we're not trying to, and I ain't buying no hot knife. So with that, I think that'll be too thick. So, but nevertheless, I got 2 pieces, just because. Rather be safe than sorry. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. We're going to spray it. We're going to let it get tacky. Then we're going to go from there. So it's probably going to be a long process. I hope you stick around. If not, it is what it is. I understand. Shake, 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 come on. And the reason why we can't wrap this is because we wrap this, it'll have the texture of the undercoat. So, I called the metal shop yesterday and asked them if they, or I texted them, see if they had any 2x2 angle. They never text me back. So, after this live, what do I do with that razor blade? There it is. After this live, Appreciate that, Gary. Appreciate that, Gary. Everybody that's got blue wrenches, I appreciate you. All right. When I was at Hobby Lobby, ain't mixed up good enough. When I was at Hobby Lobby, I was talking to that lady for the fabric. And there was a guy that was probably, I don't know, he's probably from here to my truck. Well, I don't know, he's pretty good ways. He's about 20, 30 foot from me. He come walking up to me, and he kept getting, like he's walking towards me, right? So let me show you. So he's walking up to me, right? So let me show you this while I keep shaking it. So this is what he's doing. He just kept walking up to me like this. So I'm standing here. I'm standing here like this, talking to the lady, and he just kept walking, right? And I stepped back and I said, "You good, boss?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm good." And I mean, he was like all in my personal space. I was like, stepped back a little bit. I said, "You good?" He's like, yeah, I'm good, man, I'm good. He said, "I ain't trying to eavesdrop or nothing." And I'm like, "Dude, you was 20 foot away." I said, "Dude, you was 20 foot away." And I said, "What can I do for you?" He said, "This thing ain't spraying right." He's like 20 foot away. And he said, Did I hear right?" I said, "I don't know what you hear." He said, "You work on old cars?" I said, "Yes, sir." He's like, "Well, what do you do?" I said, "I do everything but interior until today." And he said, "What?" I said, "Until today." And he said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, I got to do this package tray on this 63 Impala." And I showed him some pictures. And he's like, "Oh, yeah." He said, "That ain't going to work." I said, he looked at me and said, "You do that?" I said, "No, I didn't do that cardboard shit." And he said, I'm being generous with this shit." And he said, "Well, my brother has a car that he needs worked on." And I said, "What's your brother got?" And he said, I said, "What's your brother got?" He said, "My brother got a Galaxy 500 XL. I said, "For real?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, that's cool, man." He's like, "Yeah." I said, "The XL's got bucket seats and a floor shifter." He said, "I don't know about all that." I said, "Yeah, if it's a Galaxy XL," I said, "if it's a Galaxy." Now I see why they put this shit in them damn spray guns on TV, like my buddy Cato and them. This shit right here's for the damn birds. Anyway, he said, "I guess." I said, "Yeah, if it's a Galaxy 500 XL, it's got bucket seats." I said, "It's got bucket seats and a console, floor shifter, if it's an XL." He's like, "Well, he needs some work done to it." And I said, "Okay. You got a business card?" I said, "I sure do." I said, "They out in the truck?" "Well, don't worry about it if it's out in your truck." I said, "Dude, I walk out. Look, I'll be back before your wife gets her fabric." So I run out to the truck and got the business card. And something told me to grab him a hat. Something told me to grab him a hat. So I walked back to the truck and I got him one of them camouflage hats, them black camouflage hats. And I walked back in there and I gave him the business card. And I said, "Here you go, man. Here's your hat." And he looked at me and he said, I appreciate that. Well, what'd you give me a hat for? I said, I don't know, man. I said, free advertisement, and I said, and something told me to give you a hat. And he said, well, I appreciate it. And then I got my fabric, and I got out to the car, or out to the truck, and he walked up to me, because his wife went over to Marshall's, and he said, hey, man, you wouldn't have another hat, would you? I said, yeah. I said, what do you need another hat for? He said, my brother going to be mad if I get a hat and he don't get a hat. And I said, all right, man. I said, that ain't no problem. I said, I get you a hat too. So I give him 2 hats today. I'm getting down to the nitty gritty. Like I said, I am being very generous with this, because I do not want this shit to come up. All right, that's probably good, because if I got to spray some on that one, and plus I got to spray this down too, so we don't want to do that. So it said, what's up, everybody? What's up, Angie? Yeah, business is business. That's right. I did have a billboard. I think I'm gonna put up another billboard. I got the sign. It's 20 foot long. It's 20 foot this way and 15 foot that way. So I think I'm just gonna build my own billboard on my property and just put it up. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, business is business. All right, so let's see. Does it say how long we gotta let this tack? Because I've never used this brand. I've used 3M, but I've never used this brand. It don't say. It says, allow adhesive to dry to tack. Okay. So, but anyways, like I got this seat belt. Did y'all see the little trick on how to burn a hole through the carpet? We got the back seats mounted. We got the retaining wall in between there. And if you're just tapping in, I took all the air ride stuff out and I put that water trap solenoid into the tank. You can see it right there. See it right there, see the fitting? And then it runs out and then it runs right there. So, you know, once a month or something, come out here and just, when he drives it or whatever, once a month, he just needs to, now I got to secure the hose. You'll hear it whipping. But about once a month, all he needs to do is just come out here and hold this for like 10 seconds. And what that does, that purges all the moisture out of the system, which saves the compressors and everything else. And then, like I said, we working from the back to the front. Once we get this package tray done, then the next thing I do, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna draw up a bracket for those controllers. And then I'm about to go on Vintage Air, get their drawing schematic so I can incorporate the knobs. And then I have to go to Amazon and get the schematics on those phone charger bullets and see what the OD of the hole is. And then I can cut 2 holes. When I go ahead and cut the bracket and bend it out on the brake, I can cut 2 holes. And then probably what I could do is, since it'll be metal, I might have to go back to Hobby Lobby and see if they got some carpet material like this, see if they got some carpet, or see if they got some headliner material. And then we could take that other foam and we can wrap that piece of metal, that bracket, and then we'll just bolt it to the floor. Either. I mean, it freezes here, but it don't like get like crazy. Now, sometimes it drops down a little bit and gets down in the single digits. But a hard freeze, we don't have it much here where I live at. Our frost line, like if you bury water pipes and stuff, our frost line ain't but like 18 inches, like 16, 12 to 18 inches is our frost line. Like if you was burying water pipe is what code is, unless it's changed. But it don't get really bad here like that. So, but yeah, And then also, he ordered an interior light, but this thing don't have no interior light. But there's a bracket right there. I think it feels like a bracket. So I'm gonna have to mount that. And then here's the antenna for the radio. I gotta take this trim down and hide this wire behind that trim. That goes to the radio. So the objective for me today, even though I got a late start, the objective for today is get the package tray done, get this bracket done, and get the radio installed. That's the objective for today. What? I'm going to read this out loud. I'm going to read this out loud, Jeffrey. Would you rather be unbelievable rich and only have fake friends, or be poor your whole life but have amazing friends? Well, I don't know about you, Jeffrey, but I'm unbelievable rich. I'm unbelievable, beyond measure, beyond measure. You know why I'm rich? I have a healthy family. I have good health. I get to wake up every morning breathing. I look for new adventures every single day. And I don't take anything for granted. I have absolutely unmeasurable gratitude. And I always treat people with respect until they disrespect me. And I don't disrespect them bad. You know what I do? I just remove them from the situation. I just don't have nothing to do with them. And I wish them the best. I don't wish no bad harm on them. I just remove that toxic variable out of my life, because life is too short to have toxicity and any kind of negativity in your life. You only get 86,400 seconds in a day. You only get 4,000 weeks. You only get 75 seasons if you're lucky. You only get 75 springs, 75 winters, 75 falls, and 75 fall, spring, winter, and summer. You only get 75 seasons if you're lucky. So you're measuring unbelievable riches in monies. I'm not. So I am unbelievable rich. So, hope that answers your question. So, I'd say that's tacky. I'd say that's tacky, boys and girls. We're gonna try it. I believe she's good. Now, if you was doing this for somebody to see it, I'd make sure you wouldn't have no dirty hands. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What's up, Tulu? What's up, Bradley? This guy. I know, right? Gary, I know, right? I should have got two hands. Look, $15 can, $15 make you holler. Yeah, so I got some new scissors too, man. I got some new scissors. $14.99. Stuff ain't cheap. This right here was almost $100. What's up, Tulu? What's up, Classic? I might have enough, Gary. It's still pretty heavy. What's up, 301? I'm trying to figure out how I want to. Probably just going to take and cut this out. That's probably what we're going to do. It's probably just take. Just cut this out. I wish I had a hot knife. If I had a hot knife, it'd be. Cut this out. And then when we take the fabric, we'll cut the fabric. So I just done that because it was there. But when the fabric goes on it, what we'll do is we'll cut in the center and then we'll split it all the way around. We'll take the scissors and just cut little slits and then we'll fold it over. And then the speaker, when it drops in there, it'll hold it. I appreciate that, Greg Wolf. Or excuse me, Gray Wolf. I appreciate that. All right. So what we're doing is we're fixing the package tray. So this is what they had in there. They had this piece of cardboard. They had this piece of cardboard and this piece of cardboard glued together with that piece of foam on it. And this is the fabric that they had wrapped in it. And thankfully, they didn't glue the whole fabric. They just glued the edges, right? And then I just peeled it off of the cardboard. This was actually in the back glass back here, right? So what we did yesterday is I drew out a new piece on the burn table, right? What's up, Ryan? What's up, Ryan? So I drew another one up yesterday. So if you missed that, go check that out. And we burned it out on the table. And my table it was 56.5 inches long. So we had to cut it in two pieces. And then we broke the edge. And then I spot welded it together. And then we put it in the car. The spot welder that I used is one I got from Harbor Freight. It's that one right there. That 240. It works really, really good. I've used that on a lot of stuff. Rocker panels, the core support on a 68 Le Mans, 68 GTO Judge. I've done lower quarters with it. It works really, really good. It's heavy as hell, but it works really good. That's the 240 version. Now, they make a 120 version. It probably works good too, but I don't know. I got the 240 volt. So, with that being said, this car it's not a show car, it's just a driver. Has a brand new engine in it from Blueprint. It's a 350. It's a 350 from Blueprint, 400 horse, 400 foot-pounds of torque. Has a brand new rebuilt 700R in it. We replaced I'm letting this stuff tack off, that's why I'm talking. So, We fixed the tunnel. They had butchered. I am so sorry, fellas. I am so sorry. They butchered the tunnel. So we replaced the tunnel. I made a new piece, and then I made an access panel so you can easily adjust the car shifter. So we put a 4-speed shifter in it. This shifter, you boys and girls out there that's got old schools that's done LS swaps and y'all running a 4L60 or a 4L80, this shifter will work in your car too. You can get different lengths of the rod and the shifter and the knob. It's from LaCar. It's about $300, $400 for the shifter. But it's a whole lot nicer and a whole lot simpler than them slap shifts and ones with the cables and all that bull crap and horse shit. This right here is that rod that goes down, and then it has 2 heim joints and a piece of all thread. That's pretty much it. That's it. There ain't no cable you got to reach around the world. None of that bullshit. None of it. LaCar has really, really, really good stuff. Now, it ain't cheap, but you got to pay to play. There's the neutral safety switch right there. So what we'll do is I'll wire this switch. I'll wire this switch into the neutral safety switch. Somebody already did a wiring harness in this car. I'm just piggybacking off of it. It's got a new radio. We put new speakers in it. We made a bracket for the dash speaker to hold the dash speaker. Put a new column in it. I fixed the old steering linkage. The other one was just hammered dog shit. Built a new linkage, tigged it all together, run the heim joint, run it up in there. She's good to go. So that's good. So I got a punch ticket list. Now he had this radio in the car. It's a little dusty because it was in the car, but it wasn't hooked up. So this is the radio. That stuff's probably ready to go. Here's the radio for it. We're gonna put that in today. There's the antenna. We're gonna hide the wires underneath that trim. We put a new speaker in the seat right there. And then we're gonna cover up that big gaping ass hole. And I went ahead and cut 2 more holes for 6x9s, so he can get 2 more 6x9s, and we can put them in the package tray. I built this. This is 18 gauge. Cut that out on the shear. Bed line the back of the car. The bottom of the car has been wool waxed. That retaining wall separates everything from the trunk space from the cabin space. So it's still a little loud, but it ain't as loud as it was because you see the 2 compressors. There's the two Vi-Air compressors, the big dogs. Big dog compressors. Them right there are the big boys. And I rewired everything. Everything's like it's supposed to be, and it's good to go. So, all right, let me put my camera down. Hold on a second, fellas. I gotta find something to set my camera down on. We'll just use the speaker. Oh yeah, she's good to go. I need a steam. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she's sticky. She's sticky like prom night. Now this section right here, will be behind the seat. Oh yeah. Boys, did I say it was sticky like prom night? Let me sit y'all right here. Yeah, y'all can see me better right there. Let's bust out these $15 scissors. Pretty good. And once we get here to this radius, I'm going to do a little bit of relief cuts. So let me show you what I'm doing. So I'm doing relief cuts. By doing relief cuts, see, y'all didn't know I could do damn interior. I can do it. I just choose not to. So you have to make relief cuts, and you have to fold it back over itself so you don't get no bunch, right? So you're asking it to go with, you're asking it to go away from itself. Make sense? And by doing that, I know it's dirty because my hands are dirty. By doing that, got a nice, these right here are, Gary, these are top of the line. That brand is top of the line. Great. These are top of the line. So by doing the relief cuts and then you folding it over itself, now you don't have no it's not bunched up right there. Well, Gary, I'm gonna tell you what. These were the cheaper ones at Hobby Lobby. And then you just cut off your excess that you don't need. They had some, Gary, of this brand that was like $50. All right, so we got that side done. Well, that's cool, man. You taught me something, Gary. All right, it's not lumpy. It's good and flat. Let's see what it looks like with the fabric over it. Now, I reused this off that other one, so I tried to save it. I need a steamer. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to reuse this or not. I'm gonna try. If the client's working, I'm trying my best to reuse this. I'm gonna pull all these staples out. Should have bought a damn stapler puller. I don't know, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. Once we glue it down, we might be able to save it. Man, if I had a steamer, I could steam it and get it to relax even more. I don't have a steamer. I guess if I'm gonna do damn interior work, I need to buy a damn steamer. I believe we can get it. I believe we can get it. It's just gonna have to. Once we lay it down, we're just gonna have to. Once we lay it, we gotta lay it. Can't hesitate. Can't hesitate. Can't hesitate. Can't hesitate. We're just doing a dry fit right now. Yeah, I would. Yeah, Ron, I would. Let me write that on my list. I need a steamer. Maybe an iron board. Well, this right here is plastic, like headline material, and I'm afraid to use an iron on it. Melt it. Yeah, but you know me, Gary. I'm OCD like something. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it, family. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it. Yeah, especially Gary, once it gets up. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I could lay a towel down. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's a good idea. And also once it gets in the back glass and that big eye in the sky gets on it, but I think, let's get these staples. I'm gonna have to take my little needle nose and pull every one of these damn staples out. But I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good. I think once we start in the middle, I wish I had a white chalk pen too. I wish I had like an interior chalk pen so I could scribe it, but we'll figure it out, you know. Just making a mental note of everything I'm gonna need the next time. Need to scoot this down a little bit. So we bought the same thickness. See, we bought the same thickness as they was with that. So you can see where the profile was right there. So we'll bought the same thickness. We bought the same thickness. We bought the same thickness. All right, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, there ain't but one thing to do and just do it. Let's just get it. So let me get my needle nose. Well, I might be able to do it by hand. Get all these staples out. And then we'll, Gary, I hope we got enough I hope we got enough spray, buddy. I hope we got enough spray. We're gonna have to stretch it. We're gonna have to stretch it like prom night. You know, you promise one thing, and then when it comes time to show up, you gotta go for the gusto. You gotta stand up on it. Stand up on your toes. Stand up in it like a 5-gallon bucket. I really enjoy doing stuff like, yeah. You gotta stand up on your toes. Knees back, bend your knees, lock your toes, stand up in it, breathe through your nose. I really like doing this stuff here. This all over stuff, man. This all over is killing me. It's killing me. I don't want to do all overs no more. I want to do more custom stuff. Like, more custom stuff. Like, I guess what I'm doing now. These all overs. Who seen me? Mike, you a damn fool. Who seen me in tennis shoes this morning? Mike, I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a picture of what I think about that. I can't say it on here. Well, that's what this is. Bradley, this is metal. That's what we're doing here. Metal work and custom. Yeah, when I'm talking about all overs, what I'm talking about. I appreciate that, Minnesota. Yeah, I went to Walmart this morning because they told me at the gym, no more boots. So I went to Walmart this morning and went to buy a $20 pair of tennis shoes. And $20 pair of tennis shoes was $34. So I bought a pair of $34 tennis shoes at Walmart and went to the gym and run. Because they don't want me running in boots no more. And they sure to God don't want me in there barefooted. Hey, I used to have some shoes that was them 5-finger shoes. Man, I love them things, man. I need to get me another pair. I don't even know if they're still in business. If they are, I need to get me a pair of them. They look like gloves for your feet. Man, I love them things. You can get them. You need a new Ryan. You can still get them. I need a new translator tunnel to accommodate my 4LAE. 5-finger shoes, y'all heard him. Yeah, 5-finger shoes. That's what they're called. Just make one out of a wheelbarrow. That's a good idea, Minnesota. Oh, I was gonna say you needed a translator. I ain't seen Elko in here all morning. Yeah, they make hiking. Yeah, I used them. Yeah. I was gonna say 301. You needed a translator. Elko wasn't in here. All right, boys and girls. UPS guy was here. All right, so we got all the staples out. So let's hope. What the hell just happened right there? What's up, cars? No practice. I'm ready when you are. I need propane. Propane and accessories. Look, we're right there, center line. Look, there's a center line. Well, how about that? Well, hold on a second. Since they already centered it, I'm going to center it. Six. All right, let's see. Half of 50 is 25. Half of 6 is 3. 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8, 28. All right, so look here. It's 56 inches wide. So you got 56, right? What's half of 56? Well, what's half of 50? That's 25. What's half of 6? 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 28. 28 is center. So 28, 28, 28 is center. Y'all see how I done that? Smoked meat. What the hell? Shake, shake, shake your mama. Shake what your mama gave her. I think we're gonna be good, Gary. I tell you what, Cars in the Cut sent me some daggone links yesterday with some LED light strips and some all of that. Boy, I can't wait. Cannot wait to do my own stuff. I always want to put a starlight headliner. Oh yeah, you better believe OG6 gonna have a starlight headliner in it. Even though it's gonna have that panoramic roof in it, I'm still doing a starlight headliner. SEMA started today, boys and girls. SEMA started today. 2025. Richard Petty's going to be at the MagnaFlow booth today at 11 o'clock, from 11 to 12. And then he's going over to another booth. I can't think of the name of it. From 12 to 1, signing autographs. Yeah. Hey, look, Ryan, OCD, man. OCD, man. Yeah, right there he is. Yeah, use that little son of a bitch right there. Son of a bitch. Hey, that's what I told her. I hope you like it, because this son of a bitch ain't never coming off. Why wouldn't he like it, Ryan? Hell, I like it. Y'all know something that's funny? Does who out there knows a noisy eater? Anybody know a noisy eater? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know a noisy eater? Actually, oh, I know you are. Ryan, you good, buddy. You good, man. Man, if y'all, I know everybody's got somebody that they like this. When I drink, I try to not gulp like a damn mule at the damn watering trough. But some people be like, noisy as hell. And then they be eating, they be like this, eating open mouth like that damn cow eating, chewing cud out there in Mike's field out there. Just, yeah, you didn't do that. You didn't do that at the kitchen table when we was little. If you did, you got the shit slapped out of you. If you eat like a dog, they made you go out there and eat with the damn dogs at the bowl. What's up, Chucky? What's up, Chucky? What's up, Chucky? What's up, Chucky? I know, Shane. See, man, if you eat like that at the damn kitchen table, my mama would tell me to go out there and eat with the damn dogs. You sound like a bunch of damn billy. No etiquette whatsoever, none whatsoever. Daggone, boys and girls, I'm down. Let me let me live with you for a second. Yeah. You want to eat like a dog? Go out there and lay down with him. Go down there and lay down with him. I know. Yes, see. Absolutely, my guy. Absolutely, my guy. Absolutely. I got to plug y'all up. Hold tight. Absolutely, man. I got to get y'all plugged up. Yeah. Eat like a bunch of damn. Just change my fuel lines, bro. Well, good deal. Oh yeah. Hey, my uncle used to have this guy that worked with him when I was in high school. His name was Walter Brady, and I can say that because he's not here no more. He would sit over there when we'd be at the river building boat houses and stuff when I was in high school, and he would sit over there and he would eat ice. Right? He would sit there and crunch ice. Just after we eat, he would just sit there and just. He kept doing it, kept doing it, kept doing it. My uncle hit him in the damn head with a piece of 2x4. Threw a little piece of 2x4 scab at him, hit him in the head, and he turned around and said, "What you do that for, B?" He's like, "If you that damn hungry, go get something to eat. Stop eating that ice. It's driving me crazy." He couldn't stand it. He couldn't stand that noise. He just couldn't stand it. Just could not stand it. All right, boys and girls. Whether it's wrong or right, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. the fabric, the black fabric's got a kink in it. I mean, not for me, just for me. Hey, I am gonna go try to get that. I got a right here. Let me show you. This right here, that's not for me. That's for where they had it wrapped around that cardboard. So I barely didn't have enough. I barely didn't have enough fabric. But I think, like Gary said, once it heats up, that should relax. So we just recycled what I had. I am going to go in the house. I got an iron. I don't know who said that, but I am going to take a clean rag and steam it. I am going to do that. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. Now I'm not gonna cut the holes yet. I'm not gonna cut the holes. If he wants to put 6x9s, if he orders some 6x9s, then I'll cut the holes. But I am gonna run the wires. I'm gonna go in the house and get the iron and see if I can't steam some of that out. Steam some of them wrinkles out. Man, we've been on here 75 minutes. But anyways, yeah, so that worked out good. That worked out good. I'm liking it. And then once I screw it down, that right there's popped up because I don't have no screws in it. I just stuck it up there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 screws across the front, and the screws are actually behind the seat. That's why we made that 1-inch lip. So all the screws go in that angle piece, and then it's good to go. But oh yeah, it's better than what he had. I mean, and I reused the fabric, so the fabric has memory. Here's something else you got to understand too. The fabric's got the memory of tape. Because see, this right here is what that fabric was over. See that? This thing's not flat. See that? So that fabric had the memory of this. So I think it was Gary or somebody else said, and so over time, once that thing heats and relaxes, it will get the wrinkles out. I mean, but I'm going to go get this. I'm gonna go in the house and get my iron, and I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna steam it, and I'm gonna see if I can get the wrinkles out of it, the memory out of the fabric, the headliner material, let it soften up and relax itself, and it should be good to go. The sun's coming out, so I could lay it in the sun too and let it do that. But overall, I'm good with it. And then once if we cut the holes for the speakers, that's going to put pressure on it too, and that's going to pull it tight too as well. So JG, lay a wet bath towel on it. Let her relax. Iron over the towel. Okay, I'll try that. I'll definitely do it. I sure will. I'll do it. Yes, sir, boss. Yes, sir, boss. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right away, boss. Yeah, I sure will. Yeah, I'm going to do the best I can do to make it the best it looks. And I even looked, when I was at Hobby Lobby, I even looked to see if they had headliner material. They didn't have headliner material like this, but they had headliner material, the regular headliner material, like the fuzzy stuff. They had gray, brown, and black. And I was tempted to buy some, but I was like, you know what? I think I can save his stuff. And again, if he's like, no, whatever, then we'll fix it. We'll change it. We'll change it. What kind of foam or padding did you use, Rick? I didn't. Shane, I didn't do these seats. I didn't do any of this. The interior was already done. The only thing I've done is painted the bottom of the car, sandblasted the bottom of the car, got all the old crud off the bottom of the car, epoxied everything, wool waxed everything, new inner fenders. All right, Shane, I'll just catch you up. All right. So, did the trunk, bed line the trunk. This car already had air ride already on it. I put new compressors and redone all the wiring. It was all jacked up. Put a secondary battery in the car for the air ride. Run a power charging wire from the back of the car to the front of the car. New dry shaft, disc brake conversion. It already had disc brakes on the front, but they were messed up. So we did disc brake conversion all the way around. Had the rear end rebuilt. Put disc brakes on the back. New dry shaft. We picked it up last week. Put a blueprint. He went with a blueprint 350 engine with Sniper 2 fuel injection with a mid-Holly mount system that's based off of the LT, the new LT. Everything bolts to the water pump, so there's no brackets. New dual brake booster, master cylinder. He kept it HEI distributor. We put Ram headers on it. Somebody already put power steering rack on it. I put a new aluminum radiator in it. I done all the wiring. It had an existing wiring harness, but I wired up the engine with a Holly 2 system. Wired up the fans through this relay. Put vintage air on it. Got to do the vintage air. Got to finish all the vintage air lines. Got to wire up the trinary switch. Got to wire loom all the wires, clean them up. Done the fuel system. Done the fuel system. Done the new inner fenders, and then we wool waxed the whole bottom of the car. The whole bottom of the car has been wool waxed. The inner fenders have been bed lined and satin finished. And I got to do the exhaust. Not painting the car. He's not worried about that right now. He just wants to drive it. He has somewhere he wants to go at the end of the month. So I have to finish Put a new steering column in it, new shifter, new steering vintage air, Gen 5 AC. I have to fix the gauge cluster. He said the speedometer didn't work and the gas gauge didn't work. So I'm hoping it was just a bad cable, and I'm hoping it was just a bad wire. So we're gonna figure out that. So when he gets back from his trip and he drives it for a little while, he said then maybe he might want to paint it. And I told him, I said, if you don't want to paint the whole car, let's just at least do the top. No, actually, I like running these here. I like these mufflers. I like these. I like these right here. I like running these. They're small, they're compact, they're easy to get in there, and these are good sounding mufflers. That's what I got on the 68 too, the 68 C10. And we got to do the radio system, and I got to build a bracket to hold the air ride controllers and stuff like that. So if he don't do anything, I'd like to just paint the top like an old school graphics, like I did on my 54. This is the roof on my 54. Look at that fat ceiling gun right there. So I'd like to do something like that on it. But anywho's, all right, boys and girls, I appreciate you. I really do. For everybody tapping in, I'm gonna go get the iron and a washcloth and see if I can get some of them wrinkles out. And then, yeah, everything I got's a low rider. Everything I got, everything I build for people is a low rider. This is a low rider. That's low. That's low. That's low. Square body's low. Square body's low. Yeah, everything's a low rider. Yep. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate every single one of you. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Remember I said, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first, that loose end drag, piece of chicken grease. I'm out. I appreciate you.